up, Exotics fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff.
My name is Maddox, and if you've been paying attention in the last couple of videos, there's been a couple wink wink, nudge nudge, hint hint about a surprise, and today that surprise is delivering. So stick around, check it out, and let's get into it.
Before I show off this enclosure, I want to give a shout out to a couple channels who kind of inspired us to do this whole project. First, Tarantula-tastic Enclosures. If you have not checked out this guy's channel yet, even if you're not into tarantulas, if you just want to see some of the coolest custom-built enclosures out there, you need to go check them out. Second, J&A Exotics. I was looking up information on the species that we're putting in this enclosure today and stumbled across his channel because there's not a lot of channels out there really that talk about this species, which is how I found it, and started watching a lot of his videos. Great content, super cool dude. We've started talking on a regular basis. I talk to Tarantula-tastic Enclosures quite a bit too, but both of them are just super cool guys. Go check them out. I'm gonna leave links to both of their channels in the description below. Make sure to go watch their content, like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Show them some love, and I appreciate you guys. All right, so box just arrived. We actually filmed all that stuff about the cage or whatever while we were waiting around for the box. So let's get it open, and we can introduce everybody to these new awesome little guys. These are actually about 3 years old, so these are adults. But this is a pair of Gastropholis prasina. That is the female. It's got a nice green color. And then this is our male, who's got a nice blue color.
And they have laid eggs before, so they are a breeded pair, which is cool. We've been wanting these guys, waiting around for them for a while.
Yeah, oh man, they look so pretty.
It's really pretty male.
That blue though.
You don't see the blues that often.
No, the blues are a little more rare. Most of them are just gonna be that green color. Let's go ahead and get them into the enclosure. All right, we're gonna start with the female. These guys are known to be a little bit, they can be a little bit nippy. They're kind of reclusive, so I'm gonna try to just open this up and just sort of prod her out. I'm not gonna grab her. I'm not gonna try to handle her a whole lot.
Oh, straight into the enclosure.
And there she goes. God, look at that tail, man.
Oh, that tail's crazy. It's about a foot long tail. Really pretty lizard though.
Let's see. Let's just see how she is. Hey.
They're known to be decently handleable.
There she goes.
Okay,
yep.
yep. They're known to be pretty decently handleable, but you gotta warm them up a little bit, and apparently she needs a little bit of warming up. So let's get the male in.
All right, you can already see this dude is like all over the place. He is ready. He is ready to get out. So we are gonna try to just do the same thing with him. Just open this up. And there he goes.
Jesus. It was wasting no time.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
We will be doing some updates on these guys, as well as a care video after we've had them for a while and we feel pretty comfortable taking care of them a little bit better. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and have your notifications turned on. And if you like this video, drop a like. All right, so you can see them both kind of up at the top. They're looking for hiding places. They're running around quite a bit. Don't really know what to do, where to go. But these are diurnal species. They're very, very active. We've got UVB going up here. Typically, they like their temperatures between 70 and 80 degrees. And if you've been following along on this channel, we keep our room at 78. So they actually are good as far as temperature is concerned down here. And we are still kind of researching on a basking spot. You're supposed to cool them down to cycle them for breeding during the summer, because in their natural habitat, It's actually cooler in the summertime and drier. So we haven't decided if we're gonna set up the basking spot right now or if we're gonna try to cycle them so they can breed in the fall. Since we just got them, I don't know that we're really going to actually be able to breed them this soon. So we probably will be setting up a basking spot here either later today or tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Gastropholis prasina, green keel-bellied lizards. And as you can see, the male is starting to bite at her back and her neck, which is a sign of breeding behavior. So I don't know. I'm a little bit shocked that they just got here and he's just trying to get busy. But maybe, maybe we will end up with some baby prasinas here pretty soon. Okay, now that we've got them in there, I want to talk a little bit about how I put this enclosure together. Hey girl. First, I did hand sculpt this skull, and you can see the spinal cord and the rib cage over here. I do have a video, I will link it above if you want to see how I sculpt that stuff. And after I got it all sculpted and got all my decor done, I went ahead and foamed the background and put everything into, I pressed it actually, the spinal cord and the skull into the foam. Some of these ribs were a little bit flimsy because they were made out of foam, so I went ahead and foamed sticks in there to kind of brace them so when they get climbed on, they won't break. Then after the foam dried, I carved out, you can see these kind of like ledges that I put in here. Carved out kind of a little thing back here for them to chill on, and went and carved all that by hand using, you know, just some simple tools. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film and discuss how I did all of this because I was kind of in a time crunch. The animals were getting delivered and I needed to make sure I had it done in time. After I got it all carved out, we put everything in there. I used cork bark tubes as planters, shoved sphagnum moss and dirt in there. I've got one there and I've got one back there. And then I set the whole bottom up bioactive. So you can see I've got a drainage layer and our idiotic compound for substrate, which is a combination of organic topsoil, carbon, sand, sphagnum moss, and then I put leaf litter all down on the top, and we added our isopods and springtails. So again, if you would like to see how I do all of this in more detail, I'm already planning my next build, and leave a comment down below if you want me to film the entire thing, and I'll show you guys exactly how I made it all happen. Okay, so I was able to get a little bit of the footage of me actually making the spine. We actually filmed a whole video on it, but we didn't post it because some of the files kind of got corrupted. So I'm gonna go ahead and put what I was able to get in here for you, but I'm just gonna time lapse most of it so you can see it. Again, if you wanna see how I sculpt with this foam, I use the Loctite tight foam. The video that I linked up above earlier with the skull, I used the same basic techniques, but I still wanted to kind of show you how I did it because it's a little bit different than just molding a mask onto a head, or a foam head rather. But yeah, so enjoy the time-lapse footage, and feel free if you have any questions about how I did it to drop a comment down below. All right, we are almost there. You can see it's still a little soft. And right now I'm kind of turning it back and forth and just tweaking it to make sure it holds the shape that I want, holds the curves that I want. This one is a little bit floppy, but once it gets foamed into the background, I'll be able to kind of move it where I want it to go, so that's actually not too terrible. These really long ones, though, even after they're cured all the way, are probably not gonna quite be strong enough for something to climb on. Time will tell. But,
hint, hint.
But I'll be able to put foam on the background up in here so that there's only about part of the rib exposed, or we can have branches coming out of the background in between the ribs to kind of brace them a little bit. But yeah, so that's all I'm gonna do for now, and I'm gonna wait until we finish curing, and then we're gonna move on to paint. So there you have it. New species that we've been hyping up for a couple weeks is now in the enclosure. They're running around, they're checking everything out, and you guys were the first ones to see them. Well, besides us, I guess. And we got to...
I don't know how that works.
Well, I don't know. You guys... Yeah, I mean...
I guess so, yeah.
We were filming it, so I guess we saw them before the video was... Anyway, it doesn't even matter. Moving on. We also got to talk to you guys a little bit how I did the enclosure. Again, I can't stress this enough. I know I've said this a couple times. If you want to see full-on, step-by-step, how I carve, how I foam, how I do everything, leave a comment down below, because I already have my next build planned. It is a themed build. It is a surprise build. I'm not telling anybody what it is, but it's going to be based on one of my favorite video games of all time. I'll give you that.
It's also going to be one of the biggest pain in the butts we're going to have to deal with in the basement of all time, but you know, he likes to do that to himself, so. Yeah. This one was a pain in the butt. The rib cage and having it all foamed in and trying to paint around it and carve around it and everything, it was a pain. But I'm super happy with the way it turned out, so totally worth it. And as my dad said, we've always got updates going on down here. Got all kinds of crazy stuff that we like to show you, educate you about. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of that stuff.
Yeah. We can't wait to start building a relationship with these guys and bonding, and we're going to update that, show all that stuff to you guys. There's not a whole lot of information out there about these right now. So if they do, in fact, breed, which it kind of looked like he was trying to already, we're going to make sure to document everything. When we see them walk up, when she lays her eggs, how long the eggs take to hatch. I couldn't find any of that information online. So we want to make sure that we document everything so we can share it with all of you guys, and hopefully other people will get into this species. But that's all we've got for you guys tonight, and
we'll see you next time.
See you next time.